Yeah. Thiago Alcantara, I loved him. Then he came to my table with his wife and his friend, and we sat for like over an hour or 40 minutes just chatting. And those hugs, man, that he gives his players, it's real. That's the best thing about it. It's so real. And bring a guitar with Webster, Jamie Webster, and then we just sing outside because they need our support more than ever.
Just to start, tell us about your Liverpool story. How did you get into supporting the club?
Yeah, I actually don't remember what game it was, but I watched Steven Gerrard play. Actually, that's my first memory of the club, and I think I really loved the way he led and how he played, and just the singing in the stadium is one thing that really caught my eye, and I really loved it. And it was always a dream for me to go and watch a game, And yeah, and finally, obviously, got that opportunity in 2019, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I read that you're a big admirer of Gerrard. So you mentioned
Yeah,
that you're impressed by his leadership and everything. What else was it that you liked about Stevie?
no, the way he plays, how he has been like when he was young already, with the way he throws himself in tackles, and how he just gives 100% at all times. And he always tended to find, whenever the team needed a moment, a big moment, he always produced them. And just how he was loved and appreciated at Liverpool was one of the special things for me. And even now, I think everybody will always love him. I saw he took his son to a game the other day, and I hope he does well as a manager too. And hopefully one day, when Klopp is done, he can come and coach Liverpool. It will be a beautiful story.
In terms of yourself, did you play any football growing up, or was it always rugby for you?
Yeah, I did. I started with football. I tried. I started as a striker, and I kept on moving backwards until I was a goalkeeper. I suck. I suck. It's as simple as that. I'm not good at all, but I love the sport. If I was good at it and I had a choice, I probably would have played football.
Yeah, nice. And I think you mentioned there. So am I right in saying your first trip to Anfield came after meeting Jurgen? So shortly after you won the World Cup, was it?
Yeah, so I was in Cape Town at the restaurant in Camps Bay, and we were just chilling there with some of my friends and my wife, and he and coach walked past our table. He went to the bathroom, so I freaked out, and but my wife at the time didn't understand, and my friends didn't understand why I was going crazy, and I was panicking. They're like, "Just go." I woke up to him and asked him. So I waited um, just outside the bathroom, and then I knew somebody that he knows. His name is Mike. He worked at Adidas with me. He's a German guy, and when coach came out, I called Mike, and then I didn't know what to say to him. I just gave him the phone, and then he started speaking to Mike, and Mike explained this who I am and everything. And the coach was laughing. He said, "I know who you are. We actually watched the World Cup final because obviously some of the English players were watching and supporting England." And then he came to my table with his wife and his friend, and we sat for like over an hour or 40 minutes just chatting. And then he invited me to come whenever I could. So I booked the flight, I think a couple of days later, and then I went to Anfield, and it was just next level. I still got videos of it in my phone. I welcomed me in the changing room. I met the players. I actually then met like one of my favorite players right now, and who's become a good friend of mine, Jordan Henderson, and yeah, it was really amazing. And I think the friendship that I've have with Jordan has, because I actually wrote about him in my book, just about his story at Liverpool. How I think he wasn't wanted at one stage by Brendan Rodgers. How we stuck through it and stayed, and now look at the leader he's become. That inspired me quite a lot, because I also went through difficult periods of my life, and I think him staying and fighting through it was really special.
Absolutely, yeah. We saw you spend a lot of quality time with Jurgen as well in your recent Adidas video with him.
Yeah.
What a man. I bet that's something you must have really cherished.
No, 100%. We actually share a birthday, and we send each other birthday messages every year on the 16th of June. And he's a friend now. He's a really good friend. He he just I'm a big fan, but he treats me like a friend. He doesn't make me feel like that. He's such a good human being. His wife is amazing too. And we did the shoot together. That's why you could look at it. It was so natural because of the friendship that we have. And then he welcomed us to his house. We chilled the whole night and just speaking about how he sees football, the way he coaches mindset and everything. And obviously the club is going through a difficult period at the time. And yeah, just speaking to him about that and learning quite a lot from him. It's quite amazing.
Brilliant. Yeah. I mean, the video looked like great fun. How did you rate Jurgen's skills with the rugby ball?
He can kick it well, but passing and everything, he has no skills at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you mentioned there the birthday messages as well. I mean, it just seems like you've got a great relationship with him, as you say, like you value him as a friend now.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time for me, and I remember before the Champions League final last year, I sent him a message, and he replied straight away. You know how excited he was. It felt like it was taking too long, and yeah, I really do cherish him, and I learn a lot from him. I actually learn a lot from him. That the time that we spent at his house and how he sees life and sport in general. It's really good, and I think a lot. That's why the team plays for him. He cares for the human more than before anything else. And you those hugs, man, that he gives his players, it's real. That's the best thing about it. It's so real. And just like he's a perfect guy for the team, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, couldn't agree more. We also saw you and your wife with the likes of with him and Tiago at the training ground not so long ago. Was that your first visit to the training ground?
Thiago, yeah. Thiago Alcantara. I love Thiago.
What a player.
He's Yeah, you know what? All the guys, when I go there, as much as I'm a fan, they they just don't make you feel. They make you feel like family. I remember walking around seeing Andy Robertson. He was still injured at the time. How we just stops and have a conversation. And Kelleher as well. He's also injured. It was great, and it was the first time meeting Thiago. And when Manny was there too, signed boots for me for my foundation to raise money because he's big on making a difference in communities. And yeah, it's just special, man, how they are, and you can see it through the coach too. They all the same, they're all the same mindset. The values and the culture is really amazing. And yeah, and it's always special to go there because they make you feel welcome.
How often do you get to watch Liverpool? Do you try and watch games as often as you can?
You know what? I actually didn't when they will play. I always felt like when I watch, it doesn't go well. And then my wife started pushing me like, no, you can't be so superstitious. So I watch now every time I can. If I'm not playing at the same time, there's a couple of Liverpool fans here in the team. There's big rivalries. Actually, my roommate Bongi, who's sitting opposite me, he supports Man City. So
Oh,
we do
really?
have rivalries in the group as well. And like we have like fans meeting and then like some guys have to sing, and the one guy rocked up as Virgil. His name is Marvin. He's dressed like Virgil, and then he sang "You Never Walk Alone," which was quite cool. And the guys that knew the song sang along with as well.
Brilliant. So have you got other Liverpool supporters in the squad, or are you the only one?
Yeah, yeah. JJ, who's our kit manager, and then we have Jaden Hendricks is the scrum half. We have Marvin Ori and Damien Dialenda is also a Liverpool fan. Oxenchair is also a Liverpool fan.
Nice. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So what do you make of the current team at the moment? Obviously had a lot of success last season, been a bit more difficult this season, but who are your favourite players?
For the whole team. The whole team. I love Allison. I love Alison Mo, who I met, the amazing guy. Virgil, I haven't spent a lot of time with him, but because he's always training or he's not there, so I think it's amazing. I think Nunes is coming into his own, and I think he's going to be amazing. And I know we haven't started like like we normally do. We've had a lot of injuries. That's what people forget. We haven't had a full squad at the same time. And I think it's gonna come right. And it's these are the same players. Bar one or two that are not there that have achieved all these amazing things for the club. And I think for us as fans, is just to keep on encouraging. As a sportsman, I know how it is. Sometimes it goes like this. And what I love about our fans and not us as fans, they still there. They still supporting the team. And it's one of my dreams to actually be. When they played in the Champions League final, they were singing outside. Like I don't know how many, and is it Webster? He was playing the guitar.
Yeah.
Jamie Webster, it's one of my dreams to just to be there, you know. And like if I stayed in England, with the tough period, I would have loved like to come to go sing outside the training facilities, bring a guitar with Webster, Jamie Webster, and then we just sing outside because they need our support more than ever, and it will come right. It might take time, but I know it 100% know it will come right.
I agree. Yeah, I like your optimism. You've obviously had your own success at a World Cup, and there's a Football World Cup on at the moment. Is that something you're following at all? There's obviously a few Liverpool players there.
Yeah, I'm watching. I actually just posted a story for Virgil's 50th cap, and obviously he's leading there. And I'm supporting all the Liverpool players. I want them to do well. It's hard to choose one specific team, but obviously I want Jordan to get some time in the English team and play, and obviously Trent too. And obviously guys that I've met like Marcus, Rashford, and all those. There are people that I've met. I've got to meet Neymar as well. I went to a PSG game. I'm a 100% Liverpool fan, but I love people in sport. I admire people who do great things. So I go to different games, and Vincent Junior sent me his jersey, Vinicius Junior from Real Madrid. So it's quite cool. And but yeah, I hope it's a good World Cup for all our players, but I don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, thanks again for your time today, Sia. That was fantastic. It's been great speaking to you, and hopefully we'll see you again at Anfield very soon.
Thank you so much. I'm sure I'll be there soon.